In 2016, 10 years later, we realized that a new computing approach has arrived. And this new computing approach requires a reinvention of every single layer of the technology stack. The processor is new. The software stack is new. It stands to reason the system is new. And so we invented a new system that on the day I announced it at GTC 2006, no one understood what I was talking about, and nobody gave me a PO. That system was called DGX-1. DGX-1, I donated the first one to a nonprofit company called OpenAI. And it started the AI revolution. Years later, we realized that in fact, this new way of doing software, which is now called artificial intelligence, is unlike traditional ways of running software. Whereas many applications ran on a few processors in a large data center, we call that hyperscale. This new type of application requires many processors working together, serving queries for millions of people. And that data center would be architected fundamentally different. We realized there were two types of networks. One for north-south, because you still have to control the storage, you still have to have a control plane, you still have to connect to the outside. But the most important network was going to be east-west. The computers talking to each other to try to solve a problem. We recognized the best networking company in east-west traffic for high-performance computing, large-scale distributed processing, a company that was very dear to our company and very close to our heart, a company called Mellanox, and we bought them 5 years ago, 2019. We converted an entire data center into one computing unit. And you heard me say before, the modern computer is an entire data center. The data center is a unit of computing. No longer just a PC, no longer just a server. The entire data center is running one job. And the operating system would change. NVIDIA's data center journey is now very well known. Over the last 3 years, you've seen some of the ideas that we're shaping and how we are starting to see our company differently. No company in history, surely no technology company in history, has ever revealed a roadmap for 5 years at a time. No one would tell you what is coming next. They keep it as a secret, extremely confidential. However, we realized that NVIDIA is not a technology company only anymore. In fact, we are an essential infrastructure company. And how can you plan your infrastructure, your land, your shell, your power, your electricity, all of the necessary financing around all over the world? How would you possibly do that if you didn't understand what I was going to make? And so we described our company's roadmap in fair detail, enough detail that everybody in the world can go off and start building data centers.